I know most of you have at one time or another been approached to join some lucrative, life-changing financial prospects. Now, these were typically packaged as once in a lifetime opportunities that needed immediate actions. And then with advent of social media and online advertising, it became easier and cheaper to target specific groups of people. Now, some of the easy targets include Black people, immigrant populations, and a lot of other ethnic minorities. Now, the opportunities are usually unclear, sometimes clouded in secrecy, and tend to tell success stories that cannot be fully verified. Now, to help us understand and identify when these get-rich-quick schemes are being marketed, why they're being marketed to us, we have financial literacy advocate Washeke Ndirangu. Now, Washeke is a champion of early financial education for children and also strives to help the Kenyan diaspora population make good financial decisions. Washeke, we want to welcome you back to the One Mic Show. It's not your first time here. Washeke, karibu sana.
Be with you guys this evening.
Okay, all right. Can you hear us, Washeke?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Now, Washeke, now besides being an avid One Mic Show listener or One Mic Show fan, this is actually not your first time being on the One Mic Show. Just talk to us, like for those who are maybe seeing you for the first time, like what part of the US are you in, and just talk a bit about your financial literacy advocacy, Washeke.
Well, so I've been on the show. So I discovered you guys in 2020 during COVID. A shame that I had not discovered you guys before. But you guys do a big service to the community because you address the issues that concern us in a fun and simple way that anybody can understand. We're struggling we're here in America, but we are also looking back in Kenya. Second thing is we are also raising kids here who, most of them probably don't identify with Kenya as much as we do. So the issues that you address in the show speak to us a lot. When it comes to finance, it's something I'm very, very passionate about, something I've always been passionate since I was young. So funny thing is, I used to, when I was in high school, I was in a boarding school. I went to Pango and we used to get pocket money. But me, I'm that kid who will save their pocket money and maybe use just a small fraction and take it home. So a little background about me. I was raised by a single mom. My dad died when I was 4, and I saw the struggles. We were not wealthy. I believe if I compare myself, we were a bit well off, but still it was a struggle because it was a one-income household. So I was always that child who felt a lot, and I always wanted to ease the burden on my mom, even though she didn't ask. It was just me. I have a sibling. He was very, very different from me. He's the one person, after 3 weeks in school, he has no money. He's calling home for money. Versus me, if I'm given 300, I'll use 100 and I'll have 200 by the time we close school. So that's how I've always been. And then, obviously, coming to America, it's a different ballgame altogether. Like in Kenya, we do have that culture of saving, but it's very different because, as we know, you don't only need to save, but you need your money to work for you. So that means that you need to understand where your money is going, your paycheck. If you're being taxed, how can you save on taxes? So I made a conscious effort to learn how my money works for me here in America after making so many mistakes, like every one of us. And so that's why I'm very passionate to pass these lessons to my daughter, to make sure I'm setting up for success so she doesn't make the same mistakes that I make.
Okay, all right. Quite interesting there, especially the part where you said you had a sibling who was total opposite from you, which I think is very important when we start teaching our children about finances. You first of all have to understand what personality each of your child has, so as to know where to get started with teaching them finances. You know, are they a saver? Are they a spendthrift? So I think that's a very interesting point that you brought up there. But now, before we get into the reasons why our community tends to be so susceptible to the get rich quick schemes, there's someone. Okay, all right. Can you hear me, Washeke?
I think it's Mika.
Okay. I think I think we need to mute someone. Someone needs to mute on the other side. Okay. Yeah. So now, before we get into the reason why our community tends to be susceptible to get rich quick schemes, maybe give us some examples so that the audience can have context, because some of these products are packaged so well as financial products that you need, that people sometimes don't know that this, these are just profit centers for other people, and it might be products that they don't need. So maybe you can just start by giving us a few common examples that people may recognize.
I think what comes to mind is Bitcoin mining. And a few years ago, just before the pandemic, I know a lot of people, my friends included, they lost a lot of money to Bitcoin mining, like $10,000, $20,000. You're going to mine, and the mines are based in Iceland. And I know that, long-term friendships are broke because of that. Because, I come and Annette is my friend, and I sell her, this Bitcoin mining, and we're going to, make money. And I go and empty my savings, my emergency fund, knowing that I'm going to make a killing, and it's not that. So that's one that comes to mind. The other thing is about trading, whether it's derivatives trading, so like options or forex, as well as stocks. I see it, especially with social media now. They're everywhere. You're being told you can be a day trader and make lots of money, or you can do options trading and make a lot of money. Like I had someone. And I'm very, very open-minded because I don't know everything. Yes, finance is my background. That's what I do day to day, but I'm always open-minded. So I go to this, and then sometimes you listen and someone will say, okay, I had 10,000, invested 10,000, and I made, 50,000. And like you try to figure out how did they make 50,000 in 3 years when you look at the S&P 500, which is, when they're talking about markets, the representation is the S&P 500, but then you look at the returns, annualized returns, like right now, the 1 year is about, the 5 years about 13.57, but someone is telling you they've made 50,000, they had 10, they made 15, like 1 + 1 doesn't make sense. So I'm always like curious. And then the second thing too is the fact that the people that are even selling you don't understand the products very well. They're ignorant to them. So I just feel that's one of the selling points, because if you get someone, you can convince someone who doesn't understand, then that person turns around and convinces someone else who doesn't understand very well. But because it's me, we are from the same community, we're very trusting, I'm going to believe that Annette is selling me something that is going to work for me. So that's why I'm very, very, passionate. And to be clear, we're not bashing anyone. We're not saying any product is bad. What we are saying that, we work so much to earn our money, and we put so much effort in earning that money. Can we put the same effort in learning where our money is going?
Okay.